They said he was a thief. The whispers spread fast, customers pointing, neighbors shaking their heads, even the police storming in with flashing lights. The accusation was brutal, humiliating, and completely wrong. Because the man they called a criminal was actually the owner of the store he was accused of stealing from. That night, as cameras rolled and everyone's eyes locked on him, the truth began unraveling in a way no one saw coming. This wasn't just a story about a man in his store. It was about dignity stolen, prejudice exposed, and justice waiting in silence to strike. Would he break under the shame? Or would the evidence hidden in plain sight set him free and turn the tables? On The Real Thief, the story begins with Marcus Johnson, a 42-year-old hard-working father of two. Marcus wasn't born into wealth. He built his small grocery store from scratch, brick by brick, over 15 years. It wasn't glamorous, but it was his pride, his family's legacy, and the cornerstone of his community. Neighbors came daily, Mrs. Lewis for her bread, kids for their candy, working men for lunch sandwiches. Marcus treated everyone like family. But behind the warm smiles and stocked shelves was a man carrying the pressure of bills, long hours, and raising kids after his wife passed away. On a cold Monday evening, the store was busier than usual. Marcus had just finished helping a teenager find snacks when two uniformed officers pushed through the door. Customers froze. "Marcus Johnson?" one officer barked. "Yes, officer. How can I help?" Marcus asked calmly. "You're under investigation for theft. We have reports you've been stealing from this store." The words cut deeper than any blade. Marcus blinked, stunned. Stealing? From his own store? His reputation, everything he built, hung on a thread. The officers didn't wait for explanations. They pulled Marcus aside, frisked him in front of everyone. Gasps filled the air. A few customers whispered, "I knew it. He always looked suspicious." Marcus's heart raced. "This is my store. Why would I steal from myself?" One officer scoffed, "We'll see about that." That night, gossip spread like wildfire. Some neighbors avoided Marcus's family. His children faced snide comments at school. The humiliation was unbearable. The next day, Marcus demanded answers. The officers told him someone had filed an anonymous complaint backed by witnesses. Merchandise was missing, they said, and Marcus had been seen sneaking items. Marcus knew it was a setup, but by whom and why? With no one willing to stand up for him, Marcus turned to the one silent witness no one could bribe or bully: the security cameras. Climax, 650 words. Marcus stayed up all night combing through hours of footage. His hands shook as he fast-forwarded through recordings, hoping to catch a glimpse of the truth. And then, there it was. A trusted employee, Jamal, the young man Marcus had given a second chance after prison, was caught on tape sliding products into a backpack when no one was looking. Jamal didn't just steal once. He had been doing it for weeks, late nights, early mornings, then pinning the blame on Marcus through whispers and lies. Marcus's chest tightened. Betrayal hurt more than the false accusation. He had treated Jamal like a son. The next morning, Marcus walked into the store with the footage saved. The same officers who had humiliated him returned. "Ready to confess?" one asked. Marcus locked eyes with them, pressed play on the video, and said firmly, "Watch and learn the truth." The room went silent as Jamal's actions replayed in crystal clarity. The gasps this time weren't for Marcus. They were for the real thief finally unmasked. 5. Resolution, 800 words. The officers apologized, but their words were small compared to the public shame Marcus endured. Still, he stood tall. He didn't scream. He didn't curse. He simply said, "Next time, look at the evidence before you destroy a man's name." Jamal was arrested. The community, now ashamed of doubting Marcus, returned to his store with apologies and support. Neighbors brought food, customers shook his hand, and even strangers showed up just to say, "We believe you." Marcus's children looked at him with pride, not shame. "Dad," his son whispered, "you showed them who you really are." And Marcus smiled. Because dignity, once stripped away, is hard to rebuild. But when truth stands tall, it shines brighter than any lie. That day, the town learned a lesson they would never forget. Never judge a man by a rumor, never assume guilt without proof, and never mistake kindness for weakness. Marcus kept his store open stronger than ever. And every time someone entered, The security cameras hanging above the door weren't just for protection. They were a reminder that the truth always has a way of coming out. What would you do if you were accused of stealing in your own store? Would you fight back or walk away?